Hello, my name's Frey. I'll be playing Sylvia Sutton, the Spacer.
Hi, I'm Legacy, and I'll be playing Roxxie, the Bounty Hunter.
Hello, I'm Overthinker. I will be playing Vanya Valiant, the Envoy.
Hello, I'm Solomon, and I will be playing as Grant Becker, the Scientist.
And hello, I'm Kippahkid, and I'll be playing everybody else. So, let's get into this. No stone was left unturned within the Praxo system. Corporations grew and grew until each planet was owned by one. There was no escaping their influence until a one-way wormhole, the Black Box, opened, leading into an unpopulated star system, a frontier. No one could remember how they got to the frontier, but they were free, and that's what mattered. 100 years have passed since then, and the mysteries within the frontier have only been scratched. Welcome to Into the Frontier, Episode 1, A Fistful of Credits. Unity, a grand space station that once served as a hand for the corporations, is now a symbol of liberation, a haven for the dregs of society. Sitting in a worn-out chair is a man as he tilts his Stetson and examines the job before him. All right, I know some people for the job. First, you'll need a ship, and I just so happen to know a bounty hunter who's got one. As he pulls up a file, we shift the scenes to the bustling markets of the Shook district, where we find a woman on a mission. Legacy, would you please describe your character?
Sure thing. Roxxie she has a presence. She is 6'3", with hair that is painted almost like a sunset. Typically she wears them in little space buns. And her uniform consists of what looks like a worn down, like the suit that they wear in Kill Bill, that yellow suit. It's kind of like that, but it's all black, with a little bit of hints of like either like pink or blue underneath. She carries a guitar on her back, and a couple of pistols strapped to her thighs. Her boots come up to her knees, and when tied down, they've got instead of just standard laces, they look like that they're inlaced with almost like a metal of some sort. They're very bendy. They're not as loose flowing as regular laces. She carries a pack of cigarettes on her at all times, and as she is standing there, and she kind of gives a sideways glance to the world, the environment that's kind of around her. Her eyes are like piercing green, and she has like a face full of just dark makeup on her, dark eyeshadow, dark lipstick, and she's smoking right now, cigarette in mouth, just looking out, seeing what she can see.
Right. As you're looking, you had gotten a notification from your personal fixer, Rhodey. An absolute rat of a man, but someone who always can secure you with a job. There was a bounty recently put out. A white-clad doomsayer. He was disturbing the peace, and now somebody was pissed off enough to want him out of the picture. Surely, finding someone clad in all white would be an easy task, but the Shook district is the market of Unity, and there are people bustling shoulders to shoulders with open tents, haggling, and all kinds of different riffraff going on. How is Roxxie going to find her target?
So I think that the first thing that I'm going to do is these Doomslayers, is there anything that I would know about them kind of going into this mission? Like anything that they might anything appearance-wise that I need to look out for? Are they human? Are they a monster? Have I seen them in the past? Have I fought one before?
They're human. The Doomsayers are typically dressed in literally head to toe white, including face coverings. They do a traditional soapbox where they'll stand on a crate or something and preach their end of the world nonsense and drivel.
So I think that the first thing I need to do is you said that they just kind of like hang out there and like preach their rhetoric. Out in the public, or are they more hidden?
They're out in the public.
Out in the public. Okay. Well, I would like to start scouting out the area to see what I can find. Is there a check that I can make to see if I can pick up on anything just kind of at first glance as as I now peel from the wall that I had my back stuck to, and kind of begin to make my way down the hall of the district.
Yeah, so that would be a read the room roll.
Okay. Let me open up the sheet. And if you could just remind me, read the room. That is a wits?
That is a wits.
Wits, okay. And I have a +2 to my wits. That's 12 altogether.
12. So on a 10 plus, you can ask these 3 questions.
Okay.
Does anything look out of place?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any dangers?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best escape route? What's the best way in? How can I best survive? Or what's most vulnerable to me? So you can pick 3 of these.
Okay. So I think that the obvious thing is there anything that sticks out to me?
Yes. So you can see between a couple of fruit stands, you see a small flash of white, but is mixed in a heavy crowd.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Am I able to reword a question?
Sure.
Okay. So instead of how do I get in? I'd like to actually ask, how can I sneak up to it?
Right. Well, this is a market, so being able to blend in with the crowd would be the best way to get closer.
Wonderful, wonderful. And is there an easy way out?
See, getting in might be a little easier, but getting out,
Yeah.
not as much. But if you can go with the flow of the market movement, then it'll be a bit easier.
So I think that what I will do is, seeing that I have this possible target, this little flash of white, I want to try to blend in with the crowd the best that I can, and see about, because let's be honest, a little hard to blend in when you're somebody as built different as I am. So I'd like to blend in with the crowd the best that I can. Try to get a better look at this little flashing white thing.
All right. So I'm gonna have you just roll a base suave to try to blend in.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's a 7.
That's a 7. So there's a partial success. 7 to 9 is a partial, but that doesn't mean that you'll fully blend in everyone that you're kind of going through. There's one issue. You got a guitar on your back and you're going through a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
You're like, hey, watch it. And someone shoves you.
Ah, piss off.
Fuck off. Electric is dead.
You only fucking wish, you and your fucking ska bullshit. It's never gonna get better, kid. I don't know what to tell ya.
It is an art form. And
it is not an art form.
And as you're having this yelling match, you just hear, excuse me, you are detracting from the greater message, and that is that the space station is going to fall within 5 years.
Hi there. You, having fun?
And you can see the one speaking to you is indeed a white-clad individual standing on a crate. No, fun is useless. Why have fun when you know that the world is going to end? Not just the world, all the worlds. The frontier will implode. This was a prison.
He's having this doomsday, whatever. She's just gonna. How tall is this person?
This is about average, like 6 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna pin him to the wall, take out and take a look at that bounty that I was given to see if it matches the description.
All right, roll me a base blitz for this.
All right. Let me see here. Ah, darn, I thought I was gonna get to use one of my special cool things, but nope. I mean, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Six.
6? Ooh, so a 6 and below is a failure.
Yeah.
So as you pin him against the wall, you do get a chance to see that this is the guy, but as you're looking, he is a weaselly little fucker and slips out of your hand.
All right. And she's going to turn, just stomp out her cigarette. Fuck! And she's going to start running after him.
All right. So, is there anything you're going to do to try to catch him?
I have an idea that I'd like to try.
Shoot.
I'd like to slide. This one's for all my friends out there. I'm gonna slide off my boot as I'm running, and I'm gonna whip it at his head to try to knock him off of his balance.
Roll me a slinging and swinging, please.
Just as a reminder, that is what kind of roll?
That was a blitz roll.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right, I have slinging and swinging pinned to my journal, right?
You do indeed.
Eight.
8. So, On an 8, that is a partial success. So you can choose one of these +1 additional wound given, -1 wound received, an opportunity to an ally, reroute the enemy, or damage an enemy possession.
I'm gonna reroute him to turn around and come right back to me.
All right. And for those listening, the slinging and swinging, you'll be trading blows if -1 isn't taken. So as you throw the boot, he like ducks just in time. I think it just laughs at you, and it boomerangs back and hooks him by the neck and knocks him your way. But he does knock into you, both taking a wound, but you now have him at your mercy.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. And I, just as a reminder, I did fail a roll. Do I get to add a point to my upgrades chart?
Yes, you do.
Cool. This is how I help learn the system. Cool. So I take a wound, but I have armor. Or I have shield up. I think it's 4 points of shield.
Yep. So that would take a shield.
Okay. Awesome. So I don't take any actual wounds.
Correct.
But this guy just scuffed up my drip, and I'm pissed. I also, does that mean that technically does that mean that my juggernaut takes off? Or does that not happen because that my shield took the damage?
That was because your shield took the damage, so not quite.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Wonderful. Yeah. Then I'm gonna smile to this gentleman, grab him by the scruff of his neck again, and just pull him in and say, I think you're coming with me, bud. You fucked up. You fucked up bad enough where they had to call me. And, if you plan on running again, it's dead or alive for a reason. So, would you rather be dead or alive?
We're all good.
Would you rather be dead or alive?
Alive. The world's not going to end. I just got paid to do this, man.
Oh, man, then you really fucked up because now you just admitted that somebody else is above you, and that's more paperwork for me, and I fucking hate paperwork. I don't get paid to do paperwork. So, she's just gonna wrap an arm around him and pull him close, and she'll just whisper, you can make this double easy on me, or I can make this triple harder on you. Tell me who your boss is, and we'll make sure that your punishment for coming out and disturbing the peace or doing whatever the fuck it is that you did is simple. You fucking doomsdayers, I can't fucking stand you. She'll just just get that nice little grip on him and just start dragging him to where she knows she can turn him in for a couple bucks or a fistful of credits.
Roll credits. So it's just America. I don't even know whose name was. He just a Dropbox, like, you know, one of those things like, hey, do this thing, get some money, you know, the dark web kind of crap. But it's just zeroing me in, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and you made me drop a cigarette too. I'm not too happy about that. You know how hard these things are to get? They're like impossible. So,
as you deposit your bounty, you get a ringing communicator. Usually it's Rowdy contacting you, but this time it's someone different. You get the ID because this is a man known by anybody in Unity, Cash Cordona. He is essentially the hottest fixer in all of the station because if he personally contacts you, it means that there is a high stakes, high reward mission for you.
She'll accept the com. What?
Hey, Roxxie, I need your ship. It's a really big mission. Come to my office.
Ah, shit. All right, I'll be there.
Wonderful. Right. So we cut back to Cash as he pulls up another file, looking back to the person who is given the job. And he goes, "But this wreck right appeared out of nowhere. Oh, well, you'll need one of them void priests who know about anomalies. And just so happens that I know one of them." And we'll shift the scene. It's loud, rowdy, trashy music, reeking of cheap elixirs. We find ourselves in Unity's hottest nightclub, the Grease Pit. Two burly mercenaries trade verbal barbs. It's only a matter of time before it gets physical. But that's when someone steps in. Overthinker, please describe your character.
Vanya Valiant is a medium height, maybe 5'9", individual, slender, long hair, kind of drifts around the party, dances, drinks, hangs out, but as soon as trouble starts up, they zero in. Because we're all here to have a good time. And we can't have a good time if we're not getting along.
Who are you supposed to be?
Hey, guys. What's the issue?
This dude owes me drink after drink. Like he went and took a job from another company. That hurt, man.
That does sound like a bummer. I'm sorry, what's your name, hon?
You can call me Crank.
Frank, have I seen you at a singer event before?
Huh?
Are you part of the community?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, your face looks familiar. Like a friend of mine. And you, sir? What's your name?
My name's Hank.
Hank and Crank. I can see why you two should be friends. So it's a grievance over drinks, is that correct?
Like, he said I would pay the tab, but then I did. But he's saying I didn't now, because I went and took on a job to pay that tab, and now he's saying I betrayed our company by taking that job. That's bullshit.
Oh, so it's an employment thing? Okay. Well, how about we start off by all having a drink? My treat. And we can take a seat, we can figure this out.
Roll me a chat 'em up.
All right.
So that would be with the suave.
That's a 5 plus my bonus is a 6.
Ooh, unfortunately, that would be a failure. So you do mark an upgrade point.
Mm-hmm.
But since you failed the chat 'em up, they will refuse or become escalated. So in this case, we have a couple of angry drunk mercenaries. They both look at you. We're not going to let some skinny little whatever buy drinks. We're like, no. I think we settle this and how our company does it. And Hank punches Crank.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to shove them apart. Just get right in there. Whoa!
All right.
Can I make an attack?
Are you attacking or are you trying to keep things like stable?
I guess, yeah. What
So
kind of action do you think that is?
I'll have you do a hold down the fort for this.
Even better. This uses my grit, which is -1. And a roll of 6 becomes 5.
You're at least going to level up soon. That will be another upgrade point.
Mm-hmm.
And on a miss, your protection did not work. You try to get in the way, but you are far smaller frame than these two big fellas. Mm-hmm. And now you are squished between them as they are tussling. Take 1 wound.
Awesome. Love it. All right. I guess I try to... I'm in the fight. How do they respond to that?
They don't even recognize you there. They're focused purely on each other, which can be played to your advantage.
I think I'm going to try something a little tricky. I'm right up next to them. Are either of them carrying weapons?
They are.
Cool. I'm just going to snag their guns so they have to settle this without killing each other. Or have to put a lot of effort into killing each other.
All right. So I'll have you roll a base splits for that.
Cool. Come on, dice. Dice are against me today. It's another failure.
All right.
God damn.
So as you go to try to take their blasters, and then they look at them, the pipsqueak's still here. That's, you know, Hank.
Yeah.
We keep on doing all this fighting each other. When there's scum like that, right there.
I'm trying to help.
Ooh.
You guys are friends, and you're gonna beat each other up over drinks. You're gonna be so mad about this tomorrow. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Besides, you're messing with the vibe. People are looking.
Roll me a chat 'em up again, add a bonus +2 for 1, the speech, and 2, because they pity you.
Great. Whatever, any advantage with these dice. There we go. That's an 11.
There you go. There's your full success. And on that, they look, you know what? That pipsqueak's right. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it another day.
Or at least, yeah. Also, my name is Vanya. It was nice to meet both of you. Hope to see you again when we're all a little sober and calmer.
Yeah. And they just walk away.
Another glorious day.
And as you say that to yourself, your communicator starts to buzz, and you get that call from Cash Cordona.
Holy crap. I step outside. Mr. Cordona?
Hey, Vanya. You're still doing that void singing crap?
Am I still a member of the community that tries to keep people? Yes. Yes, I'm very much still doing it.
Excellent. So, we got some mysterious thing that appeared out of nowhere in space, the void, if you will. But we need someone to check out the if it's all weird or not, and I figured you'd be the one for it.
I'm flattered, and I don't mean to be rude. Why me in particular? There are a number of more qualified and potentially more powerful void singers on the station.
Well, if we're being blunt here, I can't afford the political ramifications of getting a higher rank void singer killed.
I appreciate your honesty. Let me check in with my people, and I will probably see you in like an hour.
Sounds great. Drinks might be gone by then.
If the drinks are all gone, I'm going to ask for extra pay.
Ooh, you drive a
Save
hard
me
part.
one.
I'll save you one.
Thank you. See you soon.
See ya. All right. So Cash tightens his bolo tie and rests his feet on the desk as he looks back to his client. He goes, "You're a woman of science. Don't worry. I actually know a guy who can cover all your scientific needs." As Cash opens the file, the scene cuts back to the grease pit. As things settle, a man works diligently in the back room. Solomon, please describe your character.
Grant is a guy that looks far dirtier than he probably wants to be. He's trying to give off the appearance of being respectable by wearing like decent clothing, not like super formal, but enough for he's dressing for the job he wants, not the job he has. Even as he's running about in the back at a makeshift lab where he is just mixing all kinds of things together, some of his own personal projects and some just to help settle the vibes, because he heard the fight outside and just immediately set to trying to get something to put in the filtration system and the aerosol system to make sure that people chill the hell out so they don't destroy the place.
Right. And as you're doing that, you hear the steps, the very familiar steps of your boss, Sleazy Slats, the owner of the grease pit. And like any other Gloshkin, this Xenos has saggy skin with swamp tones. Almost kind of looks like if a Sharpei was a human with no hair. And his jowls shake and expand with each step. Grant, we have a problem. People are on edge, and that void singer did us no favors. I need you to make me some chems that would, wouldn't sour the mood of the party.
Yeah, I gotcha. The Void Singer, the religious nut, didn't do anything really, shocker. And he's just like running about, probably on something himself, but not really, like, just a little twitchy as he's working to just begin making sure that he actually has something prepared to begin just like calming everyone down without calming them to the point that they are like cathartic and taking up space and not ordering drinks.
And as you're doing this, your Slats is doing the thing that you always hate, and he's trying to micromanage you. Grant, are you sure that's the right one? That looks kind of red. Isn't red like a rage thing?
Slats, Mr. Slats, who's the one that actually had a medical license here?
Medical license don't mean shit out here. Maybe it meant something back in the core worlds, but anyone can, mix a couple shit together and call it a concoction.
Yeah, and then cause themselves to implode. Just get out of my lab. Please, I'm working here.
Roll me a chat 'em up.
Oh boy. I believe that is a suave roll?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Here we go. Ken! Holy shit.
And he just kind of looks at you and just grunts. Fine. But if people aren't happy by the end of this night, that is coming out of your paycheck for the next week.
Yeah, I get you.
Grant, you better not fuck this up. And,
When have I
he
ever fucked anything up? Don't answer that.
just gives you kind of a sly like smile and just walks off. You know he's probably going to take out of your paycheck anyways.
Bastard. And Grant will just begin to try to finish up making something that will just easily get to spread throughout the room, basically kind of like in a aerosol can, but the aerosol can is clear, and it looks like he's basically got like a small swirling cloud of the night sky in it.
All right, and as someone who does this as your job, you're able to do just that. And as you successfully calm down the club, you get that call.
Hello.
Hey, Grant, you're one of those science types that I don't have to worry about any sort of legal code, right?
Legal code, moral code, what do you want?
What I want is for you to investigate this really, really interesting shipwreck that I don't know if it might piss some people off if we got some people rooting around in there, but I bet there's some really cool science shit in there for your chem experiments.
I'm assuming you've got other people. It won't just be me floating around.
What kind of fixer do you think I am, Grant? Of course I got people.
All right. Yeah, I'm in. But you're the one who's gonna have to tell Slats. I'm done talking to that motherfucker today.
Oh, it's fine. I just throw some credits at Slat's way. He doesn't know that they're counterfeit.
Yeah, he's not very bright.
All right, well, I'll see you then.
Perfect. And he will just begin packing up his stuff that he can carry on the road with him. And once Slats is elsewhere talking to customers, he will just begin slipping out to head to the fixer.
All right. Finally, as Cash grins and scratches his Balbo-style beard, looks back to that client and is like, and to top it off, you need a tech quiz to ensure that extractions are up to speed. This one's a little quirky, but she's perfect for the job. As Cash pulls up the final file, we cut to a island attached to the space station with a large dome over it, and inside that dome is an arena. And bloodthirsty cheers roar throughout it as blood sports commence. A brute of a Xenos smashes through this hulking monstrosity of a robot that has multiple arms, flamethrowers, blasters, blades, you name it, known as the Killatron, which was now the formerly undefeated BattleBot. And as its parts are wheeled into a workshop, Freyja, would you please describe your character?
Yes, Sylvia Sutton is small and petite, typically around probably 4'7", probably highest 4'9", depending on what shoe she's wearing. She typically wears a style of combat boot and overalls, and she is typically covered in various types of grease or coolant. She wears her signature visor that lets her see schematics and other things. Otherwise, she will typically also be having her spider backpack as well. That lets her get around and just have an extra pair of limbs.
Right. So you see the Killatron getting wheeled in, and this was a project that you've never had to do because it was made before your time, and it has now finally kicked the bucket. So it's kind of a big deal. Enough for your own boss to walk in. Adorned in beige fatigues and the blood red hair dyed into a bun, with rumors saying that that was no ordinary dye job but done by the blood of the contestants, is none other than the logistics manager of Savage Incorporated, Miss Massacre. She peers through her red-tinted circular shades. Goes, "Improve Killatron. Make it deadlier. You have until tomorrow's BattleBot event. If not, there will be dire consequences."
Anything off limits?
I want this to be worse than ever. Not worse as in faulty, as you should probably know, but worse as in an experience for the contestants. Don't make it too easy for it to kill, but make it messy.
I have a couple of ideas to make it very messy. Her eyes will glow.
Good then. See to it. Chop chop. As Miss Massacre walks away.
And she would get immediately to work. Her drones coming out of her backpack as she starts disassembling and reassembling the Kiltron.
Oh, as you're doing this, things are starting to go smoothly until you realize that not all of the Kilotron was deactivated, as a red laser beam points right at you, knowing it's about to charge up its laser attack.
Okay. She would want to quickly jump out of the way. And while she's jumping out of the way, using her spider limbs to jump onto the ceiling.
All right. So I'll have you do, because you're using your spider backpack, I'll have you do something inhuman.
And that is a
Wild. And I'll give you a +1 for using your backpack.
Okay. Nope, did it wrong. That's a 3.
Oh my.
It's not good at all.
So, on the bright side, you get an upgrade point. But on the bad side is whoever made the first Kilotron made its target accuracy insanely good, as a laser beam ricochets off a piece of reflective material and hits you right in the chest as you take a wound.
People grab at the wound. I was not ready for that. And she will, thinking on it, take out one of her drones and slap together a little bit of an explosive and is going to try to finish off the Kilotron before remaking it.
All right, so let's use your slap together move. So it'll be a wits roll.
And I believe I have +2. That's an 8.
An 8. So on a 7 to 8, it will be faulty, but it will still work. So, Yuri said you're trying to make a bomb?
Yes.
All right, so you do make it, but you realize in the quick manner that you made this bomb, it's closer to a nail bomb rather than a regular one. So it will do damage, but it won't do exactly what you need it to do.
Okay. So it's not fully down yet, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She will jump behind it and try to rip out its memory to forcefully shut it down.
Okay, so I will have you roll a swinging and swinging then.
And that's a grit?
Blitz.
Blitz. That's a 9.
A 9. All right. So on a 7 to 9, you can choose one of these. As you'll be trading blows, automatically they'll each will take 1 wound, but you can do 1 additional wound, -1 wound receive, open an opportunity to an ally, reroute enemy, or damage an enemy possession.
Can I damage the laser cannon?
You can. So as you go to rip it out, you see that this laser is recharged, and you, quick on your feet, are able to rip that out, but not before you take another blast, taking one more wound. But you have successfully taken out its active weapon.
She'll be holding her wounds and holding the memory in one hand. I hate it when they do that, but I have so many ideas. Chainsaws, bombs, acid cannons. I will make this the deadliest machine this arena's ever seen.
And as you're working on what's possibly going to have the next highest kill count in Arena Island, you get that call from none other than Cash Cordona.
Sylvia speaking. I'm busy. What do you want?
Hey, Sylvia, what if I told you that you could get your hands on an ancient wreckage?
Interested? Bombs, lasers, weapons.
Who knows? It's a complete mystery.
I'm in. When do I leave?
ASAP, honey.
I'll be there shortly. She will leave an IOU note, an IOU, a new killbot for Miss Massacre, and then leave.
All right, that will not have any repercussions there at all.
Not at all.
So, now that everyone has accepted their job and made their way to the freelancer fixer agency, find yourself at a cozy 4-Unity office. The place is a bit torn up and dinged up, likely was used by one of the corpos before the rebellion, but has become home for Mr. Cardona as he lounges back with a woman in utilitarian garb that stands next to him. Assessing the ragtag crew that Mr. Cardona just assembled, she gives this look over at each one of you and goes, "Greetings, I am Dr. Canary. Mr. Cardona regards you well for this mission, so I'll keep it brief. The Ladies' Ark, a ship that carried 10,000 people into the frontier when the black box first opened, never came out. I have reason to believe that what has just appeared was a piece of it, and I need you four to salvage everything that you can study. The more that is intact, the higher the pay. Any questions?"
Do you have any preliminary data? Have you done scans of the area? Anything? I suppose, what can you tell us already?
What I can tell you is that it had entered through the black box, but unlike most things, it did not come out. Now, 100 years, almost as if a whirlpool has spit it out, it has now appeared into wild space. From the coordinates I have traced nearby, it should be somewhere within an asteroid field.
Do you know if any of the systems are online?
I cannot get close enough for a reading on that. And we'll say, Grant, you do recognize this woman in the scientific community. She is a fairly famed archaeologist.
Why do you come to us? You have all kinds of connections and resources within your own community. Surely you've got someone else you had in mind for this.
You think I'm going to let anyone else steal my glory? This is a personal project in a sense. If my life work has to do with the Ladies' Ark, and if we can find definitive evidence, I trust, with all due respect, a couple of rubes that don't know what to do with their findings, instead of some other person of my caliber taking it and ruining it.
You'll let us look first because you think we can't seal it. You're right.
And Mr. Cardona is offering quite a heavy sum of credits.
Do we know if anyone else knows about this discovery? Are we going to have trouble?
Exactly. Where did you hear about it?
I am an archaeologist, dear. I found it on my own.
How big is it?
Oh, the Ark itself is even bigger than Unity as a station, but this, I would assume, is perhaps the bridge or some other piece of living quarters.
Bitchin'.
Yes, quite bitching indeed.
Yeah. Seems bitchin'.
So that is why you asked us. Well, I mean, I assume that you're a little bit big for my spaceship then. But
Oh, I don't need you to take the whole thing. Just as many pieces as you can for analysis, and then I can do the sweep after.
Gotcha. Recon.
so you are assuming that us taking a couple of pieces isn't going to drag attention to other people who might also go in and steal more of those pieces.
Well, then you must be discreet about it.
Yeah, I imagine that's why we're going instead of her. Someone of your profile would be noticed running off to something secret. Nobody notices what we do.
Quite observant. That is why the Void Singers do find their ways into politics.
Gotta see the angles. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay.
All right. It might be good, in good favor if you, maybe pitch us some credits up front. Don't know how long we'll be out. Supplies.
That's when Cash tags in, goes, "Oh, don't worry, I got that all covered. This ain't my first rodeo. You should find some credits in your account saying T- now." And indeed, you will find you got your stipend.
That's very good, Cash.
Awesome.
Gotta ask. Did you save me a drink?
Oh. Yeah, about that, I was really, really parched, so you just hear a little bit of a ding and your account just goes slightly up.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was on me.
It happens. I won't hold it against you.
Well, I got a reputation, so I hope you don't. Right.
All right.
So, with the mission set, all we have to do is get on board to the ship. And none other than Roxxie has the wonderful spaceship that you guys will all be flying. Can you tell us a little bit about its name and what it's like?
Yeah. So, the ship itself, the outside is. I've been waiting for this description for a while. The outside of the ship, is black, with little red flames that kind of that are painted so that way it looks like when it's flying forward, it's like on fire. You can see that there was a name that looks very obviously painted over, but you can kind of see from the parts of the paint that didn't fully cover it. There's a P on there somewhere, and then like a couple of like letters down, there's an M, but it looks like it kind of had like a crappy paint job over it. That's just now called the tour bus. The outside also has wide windows, so that way you can easily see what's going on from the outside, and kind of from the inside. The windows outside are a little bit tinted, so you can't fully see unless you're like up close and personal. And there are what look to be little sensors all around the ship itself. Anytime that you pass by one of the sensors, it just lets off a very soft beep. And as she's going around the ship, all you hear is beep, 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 as she's like passing by all these sensors just to like double check and make sure that they work. That when the door pops down, the ship on the inside is quite spacious, which is nice considering the outside doesn't look so spacious. It just looks like it goes really fucking fast. But there is space for people to kind of like set up their own little like working stations. There are a couple seats up at the front for like control panels and like navigation. It looks like there is a couple of spaces that are just straight up storage. Those storage rooms are filled with instruments. And I'm talking like guitars, drums, like cases, amps, everything. There are giant speakers inside of the actual ship itself. Roxxie begins to kind of like show people where they can go set up, and then there's bunks. There are 3 rooms, each with a bunk bed, like a little desk, and like a place for you to hold like your basic belongings. Well, here, feel free to just throw shit wherever, I guess.
Okay.
It's smoking is allowed. Just be mindful where you're smoking. I get that like not everybody's cool with it, but this is my ship, so fuck you. You want to say in who smokes, you can pay its taxes. And she opens up her cigarette pack, pops one in, and lights it up.
I'm used to smoke, it doesn't bother me.
Cool.
I don't smoke cigarettes. Is that okay? Oh, here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Allow me.
Until thanks, Vanya, right?
Yeah. And you're Roxxie?
Roxxie the
Just
rock star.
So Captain Roxxie as well?
Yes.
All right, Captain. I've got some communications equipment. I'll probably set it up
Yeah.
over there in the quiet corner.
In the quiet corner, and then you two. Yeah, back when I rolled with my old crew for a little bit, we all had our own shit. If you find any skeletons, no you didn't. If you see any hard drugs, no you didn't. If you see any hard drugs, you can just bring them to me. I'll get rid of them. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Why would we get rid of them? They're useful.
For sure. I will report any drugs that I find.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
100%.
What about explosive?
Fuck it. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, put them up. Listen, I don't touch the explosive shit. I don't touch the shit that gets set on fire. I just whip around with this bad boy, and she slaps the guitar on the on her back. I just fuck around with that thing, and it solves all my problems. How you doing, Sylvia? I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you.
I'm doing wonderful, though I might have made Miss Massacre a little bit angry.
Fine, a little bit.
Yeah, not a great enemy.
I may have gotten overly zealous and wrote her an IOU.
Well, that was polite. What was it for?
A kilotron.
Huh. All right.
The Kilotron?
Yeah, it may have lost. But I'm hoping on this expedition I get a few additions that I can put on it.
Kilotron lost.
Yeah, right?
And you IOU'd on...
On repairing
on repairing it, so Kilotron won't be back until you are.
Yes.
You're
Awesome.
off to a fantastic start.
I just know that if you're in trouble, I can find a place for you to stay. Okay?
I believe I
However
should
this
be
works out.
fine. If I'm correct in assuming that this vessel is going to have some secret weapons or explosives that I can use.
Absolutely. And I know you don't share my faith, but I commend your faith in a good outcome.
We can make it
Or
work.
at least we go out with a bang.
Oh God.
Hey, you know what? That I went out with a bang in every single one of my shows so far, so.
So we're not gonna do phrasing on this ship.
Phrasing?
What? Oh,
Ah.
I think we can think it. But
Yeah, we can listen. In this ship, I can almost guarantee you, there has been far worse said than anything that we might be able to think of. And yeah, like I said, if you find any hard drugs, just make note of them. Speaking of hard drugs, and she'll smile at Grant.
How you doing, Roxxie?
Doing fantastic. Doc, been a minute. Might have any of that stuff you hooked me up last time I had to go out?
Got something better actually, and he will just slide a few packets that look like they are glowing, like neon, and just like pass them over to Roxxie.
And this is why you're my favorite. Second favorite.
I'll take second.
Keep supplying me with this shit. You might bump up to first.
I think
My love.
face of work.
Yeah, my love can be bought very easily.
I can appreciate better living through chemistry.
Better than the crap that I smoke on a day-to-day basis. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not. As a previous medical professional, I'm not sure how well that mixes together, but I don't have my license anymore, so do what you want.
But as an ex-doctor, you can't legally give me medical advice.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Just, you know,
Sure,
if you start
fine.
vibrating or imploding, just let me know.
It's too easy, actually. It's too easy. We'll move on. Yeah, if I start vibrating, don't worry, I'll contact my doctor.
Perfect.
It starts vibrating. We're all going to hear it.
Okay.
I
So,
already love this new crew. It's peak.
so with the stipend, this also means that you three who aren't normally on the ship have the funds to set up your own personal spaces, as I can assume Roxxie probably has a couple of rooms that are just filled with random shit.
Bitchin'.
So, for example, your laboratory for Grant, the workshop for Sylvia, or your communications room for Vanya can all be at least arranged during the journey.
Cool. Yep. Long range comms and a few musical instruments of my own.
All right. So, you have the coordinates. It's somewhere out in wild space, not near any of the planets. You know that it's in an asteroid field. How do you proceed?
Captain?
Mm-hmm. So we don't have any like set coordinates or anything, do we?
You do have the coordinates, but you know it's kind of you can't get there directly because of the asteroid field.
So I think that the first thing that we need to do is set up sort of like a map, mapped out like a map out area by punching in the coordinates into my navigation system, and see if there is a direct. Let's see what the most direct route is, and then see if we can maybe remap out like if you're trying to avoid paying tolls on a highway, you get a direct route and then see like if there's an alternate route that might take a little bit longer, but you don't have to pay those tolls, and those tolls being getting my shit rocked by a asteroid field.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy toll.
Yeah, it's a little toll.
So I'll have us roll our first ship move, and that will be scan surroundings. So that will be a wits roll.
Okay.
Because of my
and
drones, you can add a +1 to that as well.
Awesome.
I would also like to pitch that probably some people, some spacers who are members of the Void Song community and tell stories of their travels. Maybe I've heard something about this sector. Like, this is definitely too close to the asteroid field. I was fine this far out. Can I roll for that to add something in?
You can roll a lend a hand.
Cool. Hey, not helpful. Oh, wait, what do I add to that?
So it'll be your suave.
Ah, then that's a 7.
All right, so thanks that you achieve this, so you do add the +1, but it will put you in danger. So since we're in a not dangerous situation, I'm going to make a little sticky note, and you'll find out.
Okay. Let me open up my thing too. That's the wrong die bot, that's why.
As you are rolling this, the options 10. Okay. So you can again ask 3 of these questions. So, are there any incoming dangers? Are there any notable resources? Do any anomalies appear? Is there life nearby? What's the most efficient route? And where is the best place to land?
And I am a navigator.
Yes.
So I get to ask an extra question with that. So
Great. Yes, so you get do any anomalies appear as a bonus question?
As a bonus question, yeah. All right. I would like to ask, what is the most efficient route?
All right. So as you're trying to do your Google Map things, you are able to generate that best route possible.
Mm-hmm. Where is a safe place to land?
As you're scanning, you're able to find a larger, flatter asteroid that you can safely put the ship on.
Are obviously do any anomalies appear?
You can see that where the ship is supposed to be is not looking right on that map. You know that whatever is waiting in there is some sort of anomaly.
And are there any incoming dangers?
Outside the expected dangers of asteroids, you don't see anything of note.
Awesome. All right. And then she'll pass that information along to her new crew.
Sounds good. It's not scanning correctly. Something's some kind of a stealth system or a, I hate to reference scripture, but a void. Can't wait to. Yeah, I can't wait to find out what that is.
Let's just hope it's not alive. But if it is, I'm sure I can come up with something to take care of it.
Why'd you say that? Now it's gonna be alive. It's gonna be horrible.
I hadn't considered. I'm sorry. That was a roller coaster. One, it might be alive, and two, we can kill it.
Anything dies if you blow it up enough.
We have different approaches.
Do you prefer fire?
You know, I guess if it comes to it, maybe. But I have several steps before I get to fire.
Knives and bullets.
Sure. All right. Well, if we're going through an asteroid field, we better buckle in, right?
Yep.
All right. So, Roxxie, do you kick the tour bus into gear?
Hell yeah. Go into full swing, and as we're getting ready for takeoff, everybody who's not in the immediate area with her is just going to hear over an intercom, there are seatbelts attached to various walls and seats throughout the ship. We're gonna play it airplane style. All right, don't be an asshole. Wear your seatbelt until it's safe. Until we're fully in go. If I find you with your seatbelt off, I'll have to take mine off and go and kick your ass, which means that both of us are breaking. Listen, typically, I don't care if you break laws. I don't need a dead body out of my hands. You don't want to be a dead body. This is Captain Roxxie speaking. Don't be a fucking idiot.
Okay.
All right. So now, the next most important question: does anyone be an idiot?
No.
Right.
I'm
So you
happy
can't-
that my airplane mode. I'm happy that my TSA speech worked so well.
Honorary +1 on chat 'em ups for airplane speeches.
Perfect.
So as you kick the tour bus into high gear as much as it can handle, you guys shoot through the stars, and for that moment, you feel that bliss of space travel, the freedom of the frontier, this endless void that just keeps Vanya going. And holy shit, there's asteroids. So with with that route planned, you will still have to make an evasive maneuvers roll, but you will get a bonus for having the best route.
Perfect. Invasive maneuvers is.
So evasive-
maneuver is a grit roll.
Yes.
And you said I get a bonus for having the best route.
Yep, so you'll have a +1.
Okay, cool. Eight.
8. All right. So you make it through on a 7 to 9, but it is choppy. I'll explain what happens. So, being an asteroid field, it is, needless to say, going to have some how to say, things may not always go exactly how the computers say they'll go. So you're taking the route and you're flying by fine, and then you see one of the asteroids break off and goes off route, and just like a fucking like rock hitting your window, an asteroid just smashes against the front, leaving a big kind of like spider crack, but you're still able to get through. How are you reacting? Your baby just got punched in the face.
My baby just got punched in the face. I don't even need the intercom for people to hear her swearing up a storm. She's got like a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She looks like one of those like cigarette moms from like the trailer parks, like screaming, pointing at the spider window. Like anybody who's like even in the same room as her, it's bad. It's bad. And then she just turns around. If anybody's in the room with her, the first thing she's going to check to make sure is that people got their seatbelts on.
Yep, I'm good.
We're good.
I'm good.
Yeah. See,
I was scared.
that is why I told you to wear your seatbelts and not be fucking idiots. These asteroids, they like to break off and they like to do nothing but cause me trouble every time that I have to go off, and she just starts rambling and ranting.
Windshield. Stop looking at us. Start looking out there.
Bitchin'.
I'm just saying.
All right. So you are
Yeah,
able
can't be
to see.
You can't be distracted in driving. She says that she's got one hand on the navigator's like panel. The other one has a cigarette in her mouth. I mean, a cigarette in her hand. Bad.
So as you're driving like a space trucker, you are able to successfully land on that asteroid. You do have a moment to decompress. Luckily, you have a spacer with you, so if you want to make any kind of repairs, I will say, because we made the space journey, we do have some changes with your wounds. So how it will work is you have an auto dock and an auto mech used for healing yourselves and for healing the ship. So both begin with a threshold of 5 that can be removed. And so essentially you have a pool. And when a new crew arrives on a planet, the auto dock can restore any crew shields, and it can restore any. So your shields are fully recharged, and you can use it to heal any wounds. So you have a threshold of 5, and I know a few people have wounds. So would you like to heal up before heading off?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right.
I don't know what y'all are on about. I'm fine.
Brag about it.
Wow.
So who uses what and how many?
I will use 1 point to have it. I go up and I like put my head on a little platform, holds my chin, and then a robot arm scans me, 3D prints a new tooth out of bone, and sticks it in my mouth from where I got punched in the face.
All right.
Oh wait. The only damage I had on my shield.
Sylvia would want to step forward, and a robot arm would come out with a injector and basically go right into the wound, and like a paste fills the hole as she heals one of the wounds.
All right. So you guys got 3 left in the auto dock. It will recharge along with your shields the next time you land somewhere else. But do you want to do some repairs on your ship now, or wait until you get things done?
I think that maybe doing some repairs on the ship now so we don't have the spider crack on the window.
I agree. Explosive decompression is not a way I want to go.
Yeah, it's a shit way to die.
Agreed.
Right. So here's the question. Are we going to use the auto mech, or is somebody who might be versed in repairs going to try their hand at it?
I can attempt to slap together something.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, let's see. Wits roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 10.
Hey, so whatever you made is like one of those sealants, I would suppose, is what you're trying to do?
Yeah, like a industrial sealing gel.
So you're able to do that, and the might of Zeus can't even break that thing. As you get that all sealed up, and just as the spider web just disappears.
Good as new.
Very nice.
You are the best.
Just wait until I bring out some bigger toys.
Amazing.
Comment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one die there.
We can't do that, you guys.
Oh.
It's bad for morale.
Oh.
We have to make the jokes.
That's
That's what she said.
So it's just
But that is what I said.
Oh. All right, so I'm the butt now. Okay.
Oh.
So about this hole in space.
So if you look out the window, you will see amidst the debris is a large chunk of metal. It's the plating of the ship is something that predates what you've known. This would be before, like over a century ago. Very much classical Praxo system design. What you can tell, at least by history books, if anyone knows anything about ship design, this could be the Ark, because no other ship that big has ever gone through the black box. And you're only seeing a chunk of it, which is bigger than the ship.
classic design means it's architecturally similar to Unity Station?
Yeah. The Ark is more of, instead of a space station, more of a giant spaceship.
Cool.
Does it look like
Yeah.
any of the systems are running from the outside?
You can't see from the outside, but from what you can tell, it is dark.
Suits them.
Probably preferred. Unless you can breathe in space.
Not yet.
Should we run any scans now that we're closer?
I mean, it couldn't hurt to double check while
Yeah.
we're like getting suited up.
I can go ahead and run another scan, see what else we can find around us. See if there's been any changes, especially after the asteroids took over.
I'm pretty confident my community hasn't brought me rumors of this, so
So unfortunately, space is probably the most unpredictable place to drive around. So we'll see. We'll see what I can find.
Yeah.
And I'd like to run another scan.
All right.
Nine.
9. All right. So not quite the 3 questions that you're used to getting, but you can ask 2. Do you need me to?
Plus the anomaly question.
Yeah, plus the anomaly.
So I am going to ask, are there any incoming dangers? And are there any notable resources?
All right. So for incoming dangers, and nothing that is out of the ordinary, you get a weird feeling the longer that you look and scan this thing because it almost seems too empty. But as for any anomalies appear, once more, this thing is not registering on the scanner. Whatever is happening, the ship itself is registering as an anomaly. And any resources, not from the outside that you can see, but even just the plating, given how old it is, a collector or museum or curator would buy that plating for a pretty credit.
Nothing's reading up on the sensor so far. But that plating on the outside there, good money. And I don't think she said anything about needing the plating back. Wink, wink,
Oh.
nudge, nudge.
Considering the size, I'm sure we could take quite a few things. And I don't think she'd mind.
I don't think she'd mind either.
all right.
Other than that, things are reading up normal.
I'm gonna put on my spacesuit.
Same.
Same.
Do all of us want to go out, or do we want me to stay in the ship to look over and make sure that at like a at least from like a sensors point of view, things are still good?
I say come along.
All right.
If there's
Yeah.
something in there, you're the one that can deal with it.
It's true.
Agreed.
I am kind of fabulous like that. And very humble too.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you are known to rock him and sock him.
More rock 'em than sock 'em sometimes, but we're not gonna say anything about that. That too. All right, and she'll throw on her spacesuit, and have the guitar outside of the spacesuit.
Paid good money for it not to freeze in space.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys hop the asteroids and make it over to the Lady Ark's wreckage, you notice that while it doesn't seem to be active, whatever part that you're at does seem to have a hatch that, if given enough gumption, could possibly be pried off. But outside of that, however way you want to try to get in is your oyster.
Yeah, I'll try the hatch.
All right, it is quite sealed tight. So, how are you trying to get it open?
Does somebody want to give me a hand with this?
Oh, not that kind of hand, sorry.
Yeah, I'll try to crank it because I said it first, and then let someone with a good chance actually do it.
I can always try to.
Oh, I got a 9.
All right. So yeah, despite your unassuming frame, you're able to still, and then just of gas comes out, and it loosens up.
It's all about leverage. Ladies
Now
first.
the other one.
There you go. Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Does anyone find it strange that it was still pressurized?
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. That, or it just says this was actually built to last, which, you know.
If it's a functional airlock, the interior of the ship could be depressurized and just the airlock still have air in it. Anyway, who wants to go in first?
I'll go.
Yeah, brave and actually battle competent captain.
All right. So Roxxie, as you descend down the hatch, it is pitch black. If you have any flashlights, it will illuminate what you would expect to be a torn apart, broken piece of ship interior. But then something odd happens, and you hear a crackle of electricity and as the comms turn on, and what sounds to be classical music begins to play through the ship's hull. Roxxie, you are now inside this old century-old ship that should be completely powered down. And now, like a full orchestra is playing through the PA system.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. Very not fan. Not a big fan at all.
Mm-mm. And
I
it's
made the joke
black.
that something was alive here, but this is not what I was expecting.
See, this is what happened. You said it, and now it's true. God damn it.
We'll find a room full of gold bullion.
Is there air in here?
There is.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's. Don't like it.
Okay,
Don't like that.
sorry. So if you got it correct about it being a room filled with life, I'm gonna give this a go. Hot singles in my area.
You can almost hear the space crickets.
Damn it.
Do you guys use space crickets?
Kind of sad.
Or a
Alright.
space cicada.
How about the artificial gravity? Is that working?
This isn't what I was looking for.
It is.
Okay. Glow sticks, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask why they're different colors or why I always carry them.
You have to be ready
It's-
at all
'cause I-
times. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't worry, I'm used to these.
So, again, I have to reiterate, it is very strange that this has functioning gravity, oxygen, and is pressurized,
It's not just
considering its age.
it's straight up wrong. So
Indeed. Well, I don't think we're going to get an answer by standing here.
Maybe not. Well, I should probably get heading in then.
yeah, and he will just like pull out a. It kind of looks like a cheap laser pistol, but it's also like got all kinds of weird like doodads on it, like bits that have like capsules of weird multicolored liquids that kind of like look like swirling rainbow inside of them. Hopefully I don't have to use this. Mostly because this will be the first time I've used it outside of a training facility.
Interesting. As we're going, Vanya is taking her 2 glow sticks and is just like drumming on the wall in time with the music.
All right. Totally doesn't add to the ambiance.
Awesome. Bitchin'.
So as you are going down the hall, who is in the front?
Roxxie.
Roxxie, you see something approaching your way. As it gets closer, they look like people running towards you.
No shit. I grab the fret of my guitar and I just pop it out in front of me. Do they look hostile?
As they get closer, they look like civilians.
Everything all right?
It's here! It's breached the hole! It's here!
Bless you.
What about the hall? What's here?
Whose holes where?
Quick, find the closest! And then as they run right by you, they fade away.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Did
You know,
I think that he just like checks his own pouch. He's like, no, I didn't take anything that would cause that.
can I take something?
I don't think I.
What you can all take is a Weirder Things That Happen roll.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm good at those. Hopefully.
Amazing. I hope I fail. Let's go.
And that's a wits or
It's a grit.
grit.
Now, this roll is a little bit different than the others. Instead of rolling to do things, it is rolling to resist the effects of things that shouldn't happen.
As one does. Oh, that's a fail, even with my bonuses. Well, uh-oh.
Yeah. Fucking go.
At least we're
I'm
working towards
so
upgrade.
excited to start tweaking.
I got an 8.
Got
I
a
got-
9.
Fucking 4, baby.
Okay, so sound off. Roxxie failed. Sylvia, partial success.
No, it's a 9.
9. Yep. And partial success from Vanya. Sick.
Yep.
And what did Grant get?
Failed.
Fail. Okay, 2 partials and a fail. So, on a you choose one of these effects on a 7 to 9, and on a miss, you choose 2 of these effects. You become uneasy or nauseated. You become drowsy or lethargic. You are hurt +1 wound. Fear overcomes you. Your mind becomes temporarily scrambled, or you begin to hallucinate.
Start seeing shit.
I think. Excuse me. Vanya has spent a lot of time within the Void Singer community, singing songs, and part of her job is having a meaningful connection with the dead and helping people sort of move on and mourn and stuff. I think seeing ghosts, because that's what they are to her, provokes the music she's hearing. She's already like, okay, well, this is a little supernatural. It's now in her head, and it's gonna stay there for a while, because this is part of the universe communicating. We are in a place between life and death right now. So I don't know if that's technically a hallucination, but it's certainly a full delusion that she's experiencing.
Right. What about you, Sylvia?
I think she's going to be a little bit sick to her stomach, seeing something that she can't just explain with technology. It's going to sit with her that that's not some sort of malfunctioning technology like a hologram projection. That was something very different that just feels wrong. And it just sits in the pit of her stomach, making her nauseous.
All right. Next up, Roxxie.
I get 2. So I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this. I think that being the first one in, kind of threw her off when shit just started coming towards her for no reason, and it left her mind a little bit like for a little bit there. And now she's like seeing shit out of the corner of her eyes. Her mind's a little bit scrabbled, and now she's kind of hallucinating stuff.
All right. And finally, Mr. Becker.
So, he's definitely hallucinating, because while he might not have taken anything recently, he still generally has all kinds of things in the system. So he's chalking this all up to a mix of the stress of being on a weird place and the drugs he's taken. And I also think that he is just fully uneasy, because usually the hallucinations are silly and fun, and this is cruel and tragic.
This ain't the good trip, man.
Yeah, this is the bad trip, man.
All right. So as we've all now settled this, do you advance further into the ladies' arc?
I mean, we should, right?
I want to get paid, especially.
This is incredible. We're between spaces somehow. I didn't know a place like this could physically exist. Do you feel it?
I feel something, but it just feels wrong. This is not right. That was not technology.
Well, of
Whatever it
course,
was.
your life force wants to stay connected to your body, but we're moving into a space where those two can become separate. And I think as long as we stay together and, hold on to what's important to us, we'll be okay. But I think we're going to see a lot more people who are no longer attached to their physical form.
I would rather have my insides stay insides, but
No,
they might
you're-
come out my outsides.
Oh. Maybe remove your helmet before you physically. Yeah. I don't think you'll need your sword, Roxxie. I think that whatever is here isn't something that can be fought like that. Captain.
Roxxie?
Roxxie.
Oh.
Captain, we were saying that this doesn't seem like a violently dangerous place. Maybe the sword can stay on the back.
I don't think she's all there.
Okay,
Any of us are all there at the moment.
I feel fine, but
Oh. Sorry. Who the fuck are you people again?
a few of us, we're crew basically, right? I mean, you
Yes.
seem nice, but I don't think we're friends yet.
Nah.
I would
yeah.
assume crew.
Crew, associates, colleagues.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go towards where it sounds like the music is coming from.
Are you sure that's wise, especially with these two in these conditions?
Vanya starts going towards where the music is coming from.
All right. As Vanya runs down the hallway, takes a sharp left.
I'll walk. I'll hope these guys are
Okay.
following, but
Okay. As Vanya walks down, the hallway takes a sharp left. Are you guys following their lead?
Grant will, though he's also reaching into his pouch and trying to see if he can find something to help ground him a little bit.
Sylvia's gonna look at Grant and Roxxie and just like, shit, and start following.
Where did the other two go?
Grant will move back to Roxy and it's like, hey, Roxy, and we'll just like hold out a cigarette and just like follow. Come on. Just like lead her along with a cigarette.
Who wants a Roxy treat?
It's a Scooby snack, but more cursed. Roxxie reward for Roxxie reward.
Old man Jenkins, you were behind the ship haunting?
She'll just follow around the guy with the cigarette in his hand. Like, yeah, sure.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for your meddling spacefarers and your crack dealer.
Fuck.
All right. Well, so as you round the corner, you see another figure appear. This one looks to be dressed in a more military uniform. As he's beckoning this way, goes, quick, Admiral Cole will know what to do. We have to go to his quarters.
Admiral Cole. As I move up to him, I am going to approach. And I'm looking for recognition. Does
Like
he
if-
look at me?
No, looks like he's looking right past you.
Just move past them. They're not really there.
Yeah. Admiral Cole.
Would Vanya be read up on their history books?
This seems like ancient history. Probably not. She's more current events. Thing.
All right.
But I'll go where this guy is pointing.
So you follow. Eventually, the ship, you feel it shake and jar, and a hole rips right through, yet you can still breathe fine. As you watch people flying out in something, you don't know what is consuming it.
Wow. All
That's
our
not normal.
light. No. We are beings of light. When our matter is gone, light we become again. Sing in the light. And be sung for. None are dead as long as there are those who remember them.
Are you okay?
I think okay is a relative term here.
What? I feel fine.
I do not. And I think that we all might be experiencing something bad from this place. We should probably leave.
Good and bad are in the eye of the beholder. As I say, I'm fine. In fact, I feel like I'm close to something that matters. And I think I need to see it through. Or at least find this Captain Cole. See how the story ends.
Story ended with this place disappearing for years.
And here it is.
I don't know which is scarier. Are you tripping or are they tripping? Or all three of us, or all four of us tripping?
Does it matter? A trip can be transformative, even if it isn't real.
That
There's
might be one of the first things I agree with you on.
I, for one, am ready to transform.
I'm not one to partake in trip. but there is a giant hole in this vessel and we can breathe.
That's what she said.
Oh, at least she's still that present.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
gonna-
like a constant.
What? Oh.
I'm gonna find the captain.
I think the captain might be dead.
I think you're right.
So do I. Yeah,
At least that's something we can agree on.
let's find the captain's ghost.
Let's not call it that.
All right.
Echo?
As you continue and reach where it follows, as the door opens to the captain's quarters, something feels off, like you just almost like the air becomes thick and just sort of shakes, but nothing's moving. And unlike the echoes, you see hunched over a control panel, you can now see the PA system above it. The music is louder and louder, and this man looks up at you. He is a tall, broad-shouldered, muscular man. He has graying hairs that end just past his ears and a chevron-style mustache that adorns his face, giving him an air of dignity. His attire resembles an admiral in large gauntlets that radiate psychic energy strapped to his hands. As he moves, it's almost like he's glitching in and out of reality.
Captain Cole, I presume.
So you know my name. Admiral August Cole to the Praxis system, Captain of the Ladies' Ark. Hero of the Skirin War. Do you know me?
You know more than you have said.
Tell me the names. Tell me the name of someone who boarded this ship.
I fear that I do not know that either.
How do you not know? You were expecting us.
Indeed. Approximately 100 years ago.
What? 100 years ago. What do you know of it? What do you know of the Ladies' Ark? Tell me.
We know that it disappeared when it should have arrived with the rest of us.
That's it? Do the history books not say anything? Warn you of the dangers of the He just glitches in and back. The black box.
My ancestors passed through the black box successfully. I fear it was your ship alone that did not.
Then you do not know. You don't know what's inside of here. It is my duty to rectify that. I have been awakened. And so shall the rest of the frontier. And at this point, he draws, his gauntlets are radiating this almost like purplish psychic energy. How do you respond?
Let's hold on that and discuss first. Someone else do something. I'm going to try to defuse the situation. Because it seems like he's about to do a thing. With a capital T.
Yep. I will lend a hand however I'm able, possibly thinking about any other heroes that might be from this guy's time that might have had more of a steady hand than this guy seems to.
All right. Is Sylvia or Roxxie doing anything?
Sylvia's going to try to read the room, specifically looking for anything that's out of the ordinary that should not be there. Aside from him and the entire vessel, but something that would not be normally found in a captain's quarters.
All right.
Thinking that something special or unique has to be here.
And Roxxie.
I am going to grab my guitar. I'm gonna hold for now, but if this, my plan is to kind of be like the plan D. If things start to kind of like fail, I'm gonna use my guitar. Pop the button to axe, swinging and slinging.
All right. So first things first, I want Vanya to give me a chat 'em up while Grant gives me a lend a hand.
Alrighty.
Do I want to wait for his lend a hand to resolve to see if I get the bonus?
Sure.
Just checking something really quick. For utilizing inspiration, do I have to do that before I roll, or can I use that after?
You can do that after.
Okay. Damn it. There we go. Oh, 10 again.
Oh, there you go. So you will get an additional +1 on your roll, Vanya.
An 8.
An 8. That's with the +1?
Indeed.
All right.
I
So-
am actually going to utilize 2 points of my inspiration to give Vanya a +2 to bring that up to 10.
All right.
Dang.
So you are trying to calm down Admiral Cole. He's about to use his gauntlets. He goes,
Hold, sir. A revelation can be well shared with words, as with whatever that is.
You do not understand. You do not understand. And I
You
want
have explained.
that. I want
You've
that
not
reader.
explained, so I cannot. Then, yeah.
So, Sylvia, let me know when you get that read a room roll.
It's a wits roll, right?
Yes.
That's 10.
10. All right. So you can answer 3 of these questions. So does anything look out of place? Are there any dangers? What's the best escape route? What's the best way in? How can I best survive? And what's most vulnerable to me?
Anything out of place?
Well, outside of everything,
Yes, outside of everything.
the thing that seems the most out of place is Admiral Argus Cole, because he is the most real thing that you can sense in this area.
And I can ask 3?
Yes, you can ask 2 more.
I do have cybernetic eyes that allow me to add an extra question on the read the room.
Then yes, another one.
Okay, so 3 more. How can I best survive?
I will tell you right now, your brain will not comprehend this, yet somehow deep down in your gut, you know that whatever he can do to you guys will not kill you.
Okay. How can I best... What were the other options? Sorry.
Are there any dangers? What's the best escape route? What's the best way in? And what's most vulnerable to me?
What's most vulnerable? And what's the best escape route?
So the best escape route is unfortunately the way you came in. But that's most vulnerable to you is that you can tell he's not quite there, which is obvious in some sense, but the fact is that he likely won't be able to reason, but you can at least stall for time.
Okay. I would try to pass that along in some sense that he's not all here. I don't think we can reason with him.
Admiral, I believe you to be trapped between worlds, between living and death. I possess the ability to speak and to draw the dead into our world. They might communicate clearly. With your permission, I would like to attempt this. To bring you out of the liminal space.
Do what you must, child. I need to spread the word. I need to warn the frontier.
Cool. I dart forward and I place my hands on his shoulders. Light that we are within, light that we come from, light that we become, the song that fills the void. I call you back. I bring your light. Speak now. Let your song be known. And I attempt to speak with the dead.
All right. Normally I would have you roll or do something weird, but this is empty. As you just feel the cold gauntlet as he puts his hand out and puts it right against your cheek, and you feel his fingers start to crush deeper and deeper. Roxxie, you're noticing that he's starting to crush Vanya's skull.
Oh, all right. That's about enough there, friend. I think that it's time for you to go to bed. And she'll position herself to where she can easily step in between this guy and Vanya and smack.
All right. So, as you smack, this psychic pulse just bursts out, and the PA system goes dead. The music! I need... And enough psychic energy washes over. White noise fills. And you all feel a sense of nothingness. You're all floating in this almost viscous cosmic river. I want to know, what do you dream of? So, we will start with Vanya.
Vanya is confused and heartbroken. She moved into a space between worlds. She met a suffering soul. She could not help him. And then that place either was destroyed and reduced to silence or kicked her out into nothing. This was a chance. This was a transcendent experience that has now gone from near heaven to close to hell.
All right. Next, Sylvia, what do you dream of?
Going from a place that just felt terribly wrong and adverse to everything she knows from science and technology, she feels weirdly sick. Her core values have been thrown into question as she's floating there in the void, and she keeps thinking back to the day on the space stations with Nana and how it felt alone and how eerily similar this vessel had seemed before she was thrusted into this void.
Roxxie, what do you dream of?
Roxxie not really having much of her mind is still a little bit scrambled from when they first entered the ship, so she didn't really have a moment to process all that was going on. But in her dreams, she finds herself wrapped up between a masculine and a feminine figure. And it's warm for a moment. And then suddenly a pull makes it get colder and colder until she's frigid and alone. And those two figures are no longer.
And finally, Grant, what do you dream of?
While he's floating there, he thinks back to when he had his full license, when he was respected. When people would go to him because they wanted grand or chems, better designs for things that could help people. He misses that feeling of people depending on him for more than just a quick high. And he misses the rush that he felt in knowing that he was respected, appreciated, as opposed to being some greasy club runner's chem maker. He dreams of having that sort of power again, that appreciation, and he knows that he's meant for something more. He doesn't want it to end like this.
We're individuals brought together. Simple salvage mission, right? What was paradise became empty. Why does the void not feel comfort? The isolation, finally finding people who understand, you can talk to. Yet, is that real, or are you meant to be alone? the warmth of people there for you, who understand, who's not just business, but actual intimacy, caring, nurture, gone so fast. And what is being respected if it's not remembered? How respected was Admiral Cole, and look where he is now. And then light shines through, and you all awaken on a makeshift array of metal cots. So you get your bearings. You can feel by the pressure you are in a terrestrial area. You are planet side, and it looks to be, from first glance, a cleared out workshop that you guys have all been placed in. How do you react?
The fuck? Where are we?
Well, this is a first.
We weren't near any planets at all. How did we get here?
That's assuming we were ever actually in the asteroid field.
Or assuming we are actually here.
I
Roxxie,
wouldn't.
how are you feeling?
The first thing she's gonna do is touch the ground, her cot, make sure that it's real.
It feels very real.
The side of my head, broken bones, signs of damage.
No?
I'm going to attempt to scan and seeing if anything is picked up.
Yeah, I think Grant is going to try to like read the room a little bit, see if there's anything that sticks out to him.
Is my guitar there?
Your guitar is with you. I will say, Roxxie, what you might notice, first things first, there's a large bay window attached to the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And through it, you can see a hangar where the tour bus is laying there sparking.
Ah, shit. Shit. Fuck!
Oh, there. Did you hit him? Oh, that's not great. But
And
do we
she's
all
gonna
remember?
run. She's not even paying attention.
No,
She's running
no.
to her baby.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Whoa, you just got up here, man. You're running way too fast. And as you see running up to you is looks to be a soot-covered, kind of spunky, maybe like early 20s mechanic. Really lanky, shaggy black hair. As he kind of tries to calm Roxxie down.
What the fuck happened to my ship?
I mean, you guys crash landed here about a week ago.
Where's here?
Ellis. And you guys would all know Ellis is a desert planet with sporadic kind of city-state settlements throughout it.
How far from the asteroid field? I think I just lean over to the other two and I'm like, on that visor of yours, do you have a star map?
I can access things, and she'll attempt to see if Ellis is anywhere near the asteroid belt.
No, you were in wild space. You were not close to any of the planets before.
No. It's not even on the way, right?
Nope.
It would we weren't even on path anywhere close to here.
What do you remember?
Being sick to my stomach, this strange vessel that should not be functioning but was. Ghosts.
Can you describe them?
The first two, not so much, but then there was a captain or a Commander Cole.
I turn to the doctor. You as well?
Yeah. Captain Cole, you were trying to talk to him, and he was trying to squeeze your head, and Roxxie, I think, hit him, and then we woke up here.
That's what I remember too. That and the overwhelming feeling of wrongness.
Because our spirits were getting further from our bodies. He wasn't real. I have done this. I can draw the essence of a person back long enough to speak with them. I often do it with dead spacers for last wishes and stuff like that. When I touched Captain Cole's shoulders, there was nothing. There was no light to pull, no song to sing. He was empty. And my head aside, I've never been more afraid.
Well, it sounds like you guys went through quite the experience, and that's not really my kind of thing. But what I can do is fix ships, and your baby out here got a little frazzled. But give me a few more days, and I can probably get her right as rain. But you'll be grounded here for until then.
Thank you.
One other thing that I'm thinking of. What galactic equivalent of, like, year is it? Here.
I'd say it would be about like 25s.
I was more just like trying to check, just like how long were we out?
Yeah. Yeah, that was still, 25, 37 is the same as, because you guys came here a week ago, so that's what, you've been out on my beds for a week. I've been taking care of y'all.
And the galactic date is about a week since we left.
I guess so.
And I don't know if they are. Are the ship's logs intact?
Oh, everything electronic is on the fritz right now. No communicators, no computers, no things right now, but I can work with that kind of stuff. It's pretty bad, it's pretty messy, but nothing I can't fix.
If you can get the navigation logs up, that would be a priority right now.
Yeah. Also, you said you had an encounter with a strange military fella?
Yes. Did the name ring a bell?
Maybe-ish. I don't know much because I'm on the outskirts, but some weird stuff's been happening over at Dusty Springs. Maybe you'll find answers over there, because from what I heard from the locals, that one of the outsiders, strange fella, came by, and now their oasis is poisoned.
He's here. Captain Cole is spreading the word.
And the word is poison.
The word is void.
God damn it.
Are you sure you guys are in good shape, though? I mean, you could just rest here a few days, get off planet side, and continue on. Or if you really want, I'd just watch out for, scavs and snufflers and all those kind of things on the way to Dusty Springs.
Honestly, Dusty Springs might still be our better chance of getting something out of all this.
At the very least, it gives us something to do while we wait for the ship to get fixed.
If they have a long-range comm, we can check in with Cash.
Oh, Cash? Oh, Yang, you must become big timers then.
That was the plan, at least.
Right, well, gotta warn you, usually, Dusty Springs is pretty open. It's kind of like the big place for freelancers to get bounties and stuff, but Sheriff Denson's gone a little lockdowny, saying it was the outsiders that poisoned their water, so they gotta shut down things. So I don't know really how good it is, because I really only come that way when I gotta do deliveries.
Got it.
No,
Well, I mean, fortunately, there's not much we can do until my gets fixed. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Job. I'm not mad. Employment. Money. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll check out Dusty Springs. See what we can do. See what we can find. And then we'll talk ship.
All right. And I forgot my manners. My name's Kit.
Roxxie.
Right on.
Vanya.
All right. Right.
Sylvia.
Sylvia. Oh. Do you got a last name, Sylvia?
Sutton.
Oh. I like that name.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I'll gotta keep guard here, and make sure no one steals anything, nothing, and get your baby back up running. But good luck in Dusty Springs, and don't get yourself killed out there.
We don't plan on it.
Right. So, as you all get your things sorted, and next to your next destination, your only lead or clue to what could have possibly happened with your experience with Captain Cole, that is where we're going to end episode 1. Thank you all for coming to our first episode.